guys, we are so back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we are so back. Welcome to season 2 of the Captain 501 broadcast. How are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? How are we feeling? What are the vibes like? Everybody all right? Everybody, a happy new year, by the way. I hope that you all enjoyed the Christmas break. I hope that you all enjoyed your New Year's. And yeah, we're back to it. No, we're back in it. We are back. Lots of things to talk about, guys. Lots to discuss. It's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I'm happy to see you guys. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back in Belize, back in the room, back in the studio, back in front of the cameras and doing what I have to do. Doing what the people need me to do. Because this, I do it for the people. I do it for the love. I don't do it for the likes. Let's get into it. First of all, let's talk about season 1 for a bit. Season 1 of the Captain 501 broadcast came, and of course it ended. It had to come to an end. July 30th to November 26th. I knew that. It was such a fun ride. It was such a fun journey. And truly, I didn't... Well, okay, I was going to say that I didn't expect it to become what it did, but that's kind of true, kind of false, right? I feel like whenever you post something on social media, you always post it with the intention that it hopefully does well, but at the same time, you don't expect the magnitude of how well it does, right? And because you all enjoyed it so much, here we are back again for season 2. And I mean, of course, I was going to do a season 2 regardless, because y'all know me, but... you all loved it so much, so of course I had to bring it back. We had to run it back. How that one TikTok audio go? Oh, you know I had to double it. We took a break because of course we needed to record new episodes and things like that. So let's talk about what has happened between November 26th and now. I finished the semester, and as I told you guys in the last episode of season 1, that semester tried to take me out. Last semester tried its hardest to take me out. But nevertheless, he persisted because guess what? That was one of my best semesters academically. Literally. Last semester was one of my best academically. Yeah, so shout out to school. Shout out to school because although you tried to take me out, nevertheless, I conquered. What else happened? I also got into Smash recently. I've also been binging Smash. If you guys don't know what Smash is, it's a YouTube channel. Well, they have multiple YouTube channels. It's a YouTube brand, I should say. And I've been enjoying their videos so much. Also, on the topic of Smash, I recently bought Flip 7. It's a card game, and it's quite literally the greatest card game ever made. So, yeah. I've been playing Flip 7. I've been mastering Flip 7. And if you guys want to challenge me to a game of Flip 7, you're going to lose. I'll play it with you, but you're going to lose. So... just have to make that clear. So that's been that. And then in December, I came back to Belize. I came for a month, right? As I'm recording this right now, it's literally the day before I head back to the States. So I came here for a month. And within that month, I've just been recording, right? Non-stop, literally. Well, I lied because... the first week I got here, I've been recording. And then I took a break for... the week and a half for Christmas and New Year's, and immediately after New Year's, every single day has been recording, except for Sundays, because that's the Lord's Day. Another thing I wanted to talk about too, guys, I switched up my hairstyle. I don't know if you noticed this, but I switched up my hairstyle. I started wearing it a bit more naturally in its natural curly state, and I've been liking it. I've only been wearing it for like a month now, but I've been liking it. Let me know what you think. I like it regardless, and I'm going to keep wearing it regardless. But because if you guys remember, I used to wear it in like that Afro comb out style, but I've been wearing it in its natural state, and I really like it like this. I think this is my new style. So before we get into the structure of this new season, let's talk about the obvious updates to the set. All right, so now starting over on this side, we have the Captain 501 banner, the Captain 501 poster. I got rid of the fish tank. You guys will notice that the fish tank isn't here anymore, right? The fishes are still here. They're just out in the hall. But we made the decision to get rid of the fish tank from in here specifically because every single time I have to clean that tank, it gets a bit messy. And you have water involved. And then there's also a lot of electrical equipment which could be a bit problematic, right? So because of that, just made a decision to put the fish tank out in the hall. They're still there. I still don't play about those fishes, by the way. But yeah, we just changed up the way how this wall looks. We added in 2 shelves, and you can see that we have some of the older stuff from last season, like the bobbleheads, the Funko Pops, the Captain America one and my one. Then we added in a couple of things that I found from the thrift store. We also got these two, my Mario, my Super Mario elements. We got the star, and then we have this is a light actually. And I just realized that because like if you look inside, there's like it's not focusing, but there's a light in there. And then I also realized that you could screw at the bottom of this and put batteries in there. But yeah, this is a light. And then too, we have the Captain Cadle, the Captain 501 broadcast vinyl, which we're going to talk about in a second. We're going to get to that in a second. Behind me, you guys can't really see, but behind me, we have a Bible verse I also got from not a thrift store, we got it from Hobby Lobby. But yeah, I have a Bible verse. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." And like I said, I saw it when we were shopping in the Hobby Lobby, so I was like, yeah, this would go perfectly for the studio, being that I'm, rerun. And then we put back the shield behind me. We also have the Belize license plate. And then now, over here, this is the biggest change. This is the biggest change. You'll notice that the bookshelf looks completely different than how it did from the first season. We also had some more stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby. We also have the iconic megaphone over here. We rearranged the books a bit. All of the shelves have been rearranged and stuff. And then we also have the Coke from last season right back there. We also have this sign that says Captain 501 Podcast. And before you guys start, the reason why it says Captain 501 Podcast as opposed to broadcast is because broadcast was too long of a word to fit. That's simply the reason why. All right. And then we have some USA memorabilia, Of course, the carnival beads aren't going anywhere. And then, of course, we have the Destination 501 poster, which never left from its location. You guys also can't see it, but Miss Beyonce is also right there at the top as well, too. Did you guys think that she was going somewhere else? Did you guys think that was going to start a new season and she wouldn't be up there? Speaking of Destination 501, by the way, happy 1-year anniversary to Destination 501. This is such a fun coincidence because, okay, I was doing, for a promo for the podcast for season 2, I went on Sun Up on 7 and Open Your Eyes this week. Tomorrow, I'm doing, at the time of me recording this, I'm doing the Love FM morning show. And I realized that it was exactly 1 year ago to the date that I was on these shows promoting Destination 501. Today, when this episode airs, January 21st, it would make 1 year since Destination 501 was released. So yeah, it's funny how life has a way of working things out in that way, Literally within 1 year, I created my first independent film / documentary, and I also created 2 seasons of a podcast. Look at me. Speaking of the interviews that I did, I also posted them to my social media as well too. So if you guys didn't catch them, you all could go back and watch them too. Another change to the set, you'll notice that I don't have the desk anymore, right? We didn't get rid of the desk. The desk is still here in the room. It's behind the cameras. But I just felt that the chair felt a bit more podcasty, if that makes sense. You'll also notice that the chairs are the ones that I use when I have the guest episodes too. So I just decided that, being that, we're only doing a few solo episodes, because spoiler alert, we're only doing a few solo episodes. I just thought that it would work better to use the chair, It just felt a little bit more comfortable. You'll also notice too that because I don't have the desk, I also don't have the laptop, right? But in replace of the laptop, we have the official Captain 501 broadcast cue cards. And this feels a bit more professional, Like now when I'm interviewing guests, instead of having the laptop on my lap, I have the cue cards, and then I could just quickly, do my thing, right? I mean, of course, the one downside to this is that with the laptop, I could have looked up information about the guest on the spot. But then now this just, it feels more professional. I feel more in the element when I'm using these cue cards. Okay, so now let's talk about the structure for season 2, the way how all of these episodes are going to go out. Okay, so now first thing, no more solo episodes. I know. Oh no, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. There are no more solo episodes. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, but isn't this right now what you're doing a solo episode? Yes, technically it is. What I mean by that is that if you remember from last season, the way how the podcast would roll out would be that 1 week would be a solo episode, and then the next week would be a guest episode, and then it would just be like that 1 in 1 out format, right? No, for this episode, for this season, it's mainly just guest episodes. And the only solo episodes would be this one right now, the one that you're seeing or listening to. And the last episode will also be a solo episode. Other than that, all of the episodes are guest episodes. So yeah, I'm very excited for that, because then that also means too that we got the opportunity to interview more guests this season than last season. Right now, and emphasis on the right now, we're currently up to 18 guests. 18 different guest episodes I have recorded in the vault right now. And I keep emphasizing right now because, like I said, this episode is recorded before the season even starts. And I'm sure that by the time the season ends, there's going to be more episodes added, you know? It's the same thing that happened with season 1. I kept saying that there were, only a limited number of guests, but after the first episode had aired, I had a bunch of people, not a bunch, I had a couple of people reached out to me who wanted to be a part of the podcast, Some of them couldn't, some of them came over into season 2. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for you guys to see the whole rollout and see the way how season 2, plays out. And as I mentioned too, there's kind of a reason why I wanted to go all out for the second season. If you guys remember from season 1, I had mentioned that I always was planning on doing a season 2, but when it comes to a season 3, that was kind of iffy. And there's some reasons behind that as well too, because for one, you all may also notice too, I'm graduating this year. I'm in my last semester right now. When I go back to school on Tuesday, it's my last semester. I graduate in May of this year of 2026. Supposedly, allegedly, I graduate in May. So yeah, and when I do, then it's time to, get into the big fields. Then it's time to actually start looking for big jobs, and I'm excited to start producing bigger content and producing the type of content that we can potentially start seeing on TV or in films, in movies, so I'm excited for that leap, right? And with that, I don't know if I'll have the opportunity to do a whole nother season of the podcast. So potentially this may be the last season, but I've also had another idea that may also come to life as well too, because I had the thought that maybe instead of doing another season, obviously I'm going to still be coming back to Belize every now and again. So I was saying maybe what I could do is that when I do get the chance to come back to Belize, then I could record with different guests who also our schedules align and things like that, and then just release episodes, randomly or sporadically. It doesn't have to be in a seasonal format. It could just be at the time whenever I have a new episode recorded. So that's also an option too. So, who knows? But for this season, I can already guarantee you that there's going to be 18 guest episodes. And like I said, there may be more. So if you all remember, season 1 lasted like 4 months. 4 months. Season 2 is practically going to be around the same time frame as well, which should, if my calculations are right, it should be taking us up until May. So it should really be putting us right up to graduation for me. So yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. No, I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to spoil anything about the next season, but season 1 was already, next level in terms of like the guests and the conversations that we had and things like that. Season 2, easily giving season 1 a run for its money. Easily. Because some of the guests that we've been able to have on this season, some of the guests that we've been able to have. And I also talked about this too. I think in the last episode, one of the things that I learned from this podcast is to not doubt myself, because it happened again. When I was reaching out to people, I had this list of people who I wanted to reach out to, but I kept feeling like, they won't know who I am, or they won't want to participate. And the amount of people who responded back and they were like, of course, I'm going to do it. I was grateful for that. So yeah, it's the lesson that I learned, and it's the lesson that I want to share. Do not feel that you're not capable of doing something. You are capable of more than you give yourself credit for, and don't doubt yourself. Season 2 of the Captain 501 broadcast is brought to you by the National Institute of Culture and History, NICH. NICH is Belize's premier cultural institution dedicated to empowering contemporary and traditional creatives, nurturing their talents, and recognizing their roles as catalysts for change in our communities, safeguarding both our tangible and intangible heritage. The NICH vision to create a Belize that embraces and promotes our cultures, our values, our identity, our prosperity in our global community is brought to life through a diverse array of programs and initiatives. You can learn more about the resources provided by NICH by visiting the Museum of Belize or the Museum of Belizean Art located in Belize City, the various houses of cultures located countrywide, as well as visiting nichbelize.org or other websites and tools such as the 501 Academy and Access 501. Musa, Yafe, Sahala, Aisikirim, Aisikirim. Have you guys seen those videos? Have you guys seen those videos? It's the videos of the Arabic guy. I think he's from Dubai, actually. I think the whole place is in Dubai, where they make ice cream, but then they do the song with it as well, where he's like, ice cream. If you even care. I don't know. Okay, now, getting back to the vinyl behind me, I had mentioned that we were going to talk a little bit more about this. This is the official Captain 501 vinyl, okay? It's the Captain 501 broadcast vinyl. And the truth about this is, I got this idea from my girlfriend Shadi. I recently also got into vinyl collecting, which of course is thanks to Miss Beyonce, because you all know that I have the vinyls for both Renaissance and Cowboy Carter. And when Act 3 comes out this year, it's going to go right there. When Act 3 comes out on May 29th, 2026, it's going to go right up there. So the idea was formed to create these vinyls, and what I've been doing is that I've been giving these to the guests who have been on the podcast as like sort of some souvenirs, just to remember, to thank them for their time on the podcast, and just a little memory of being a guest on the Captain 501 broadcast. The thing is that I ended up ordering more of these than actually needed, and I said that instead of returning them or getting rid of them, we might as well do a giveaway with them. So the idea that I had was, every single week, I'm going to be doing a vinyl giveaway. Every single week, you guys are going to get a chance to win one of these. Every single week that we have a new episode, you're going to get a chance to win one of these. And all you have to do, literally all you have to do, is just follow me on my different socials. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, at Captain Cadle. You guys know where to find me. Follow the podcast as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's literally it. And at random, I'm going to be picking somebody new every single week to give one of these away to. So yeah, it comes with the vinyl, and it also comes with one of these cards as well that have a message signed by me. So you guys get to get one of these. Like I said, all you have to do is just follow me on my different socials, and you could win one of them. You know what else I've been into lately as well too? I've also been watching those videos of, I don't know if you guys have seen the videos of the lady who makes the soda, where like she'll put 4 different glasses in front of her, and then she'll make the soda that has like Sprite, limeade, I think, like the powdered limeade, actual lime juice. Like she'll squeeze a lime into it as well too, and then she'll mix it up. But the funniest thing about it is that like, she's so dramatic when she does it. So like, she'll take the Sprite bottle, and then she'll like pop it open, and then the Sprite will fly, and then Then they'll also edit over the song over it to make it even more dramatic. I'll pull up one of the videos so you guys know what I'm talking about. And would it be wrong of me to say that I want to try one of them? Would it be wrong of me to say that I want to try that soda so badly? I feel like that soda would heal me, to be honest. I will not be elaborating further. Another thing that I found interesting too, since we're connecting, time frames and things like that. Last year, if you remember from episode 1 of the first season, I had talked about finding a new love in sociology. Funny enough, I'm taking a sociology class this year, and I had also mentioned that one of the classes that I was interested in taking was one called Sociology of Food, because of how food influences the way how we interact with each other and things like that. Funny enough, that's the class I'm taking this year. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And I just found that to be like a little fun coincidence because, I mean, listen, I never thought of myself being a person who found any interest in sociology, but now it's really become one of my favorite subjects. So, that's one of the classes that I'm excited to take this semester. All right, guys, short, sweet, and to the point. This was episode 1, but before I let you guys go, I want to remind you guys, 18 different episodes we have lined up so far. So make sure that you're following me on my different socials to find out who is the next guest, to find out any more updates on what's happening with the podcast, and also to find out how you can win yourself one of these Captain 501 broadcast vinyls. We are officially in season 2 territory, ladies and gentlemen. Season 2 is here. Season 2 is now. Season 2 is happening. And I can't wait for you all to see it. It's gonna be fun. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, this has been episode 1 of the Captain 501 broadcast season 2. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Doses!